Hi everyone, this is Jim Egan, head of school, Synapse School, with the final Friday video update for you this school year. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody, staff, students, parents, board, for their support during a year no one anticipated, no one could have predicted. Thinking back to the ice cream social, we had a much different vision for this year. Things got upended, pretty quickly this winter, and we made not only the best of the situation. I think we did something exceptional. I think you agree, and I've never been more proud of this school and of this community and of the staff. I said that to them yesterday at the final wrap-up after all the Spirit Week activities were finalized. I've just never been more proud of this school, and never been more humbled to be the head of school. So here we are heading into summer. I do have some announcements to make. I did want to address the equity and inclusion work that we're doing here. If you came to my town hall on Monday, I spoke directly about Black Lives Matter and the support for that movement, and for our work to make sure that we are doing everything for kids and for staff to move that conversation forward. I also spoke about it at graduation, our 8th grade graduation on Thursday. I turned that graduation into a blog post that's now posted on our website as well, so if you want to see that. So we're taking a strong supportive stance of the situation around the Black Lives Matter movement. We do have a call to action going on next week. So the Equity and Inclusion Committee will be meeting with me 2 o'clock on Tuesday to address current issues and then set the course for us next year. I've reached out to some of those in my network right here in the peninsula, as well as nationally, who have expertise in this work, in diversity work, in equity work. Hopefully we will bring them on board to guide us and coach us in this important endeavor. I know we have tremendous amount of support from families who want to see this go forward, as well as staff. So I think it's important for you to know where we stand and what we're doing. We believe there is a lot of work to do, and as I said on Thursday, it's hard work. But it takes work, and it takes everybody's willingness to ask questions and to listen. So we're beginning that. What else can I tell you? Intercession starts next week. There are many offerings. So in some ways, school's still going. Teachers will be teaching. I'm going to be teaching a high school preparation class to 8th graders. I already see I've got a number of kids signed up. So that'll be happening next week, as well as teacher training and wrap-up. Getting ready for next year. So we're going to start that process next week. We will have programming through the end of June, but Intercession will be Monday through Thursday. Read the newsletter and you'll see that as well. What else is happening? We are getting ready for next year. So we ended on Thursday in our 8th grade car and bicycle processional to say goodbye to our 8th graders. And immediately after that ended, I went into a meeting with a couple parents, as well as some researchers, to talk about next year's opening of school. And so this morning, we took it even a step further and began the actual process of setting some start dates, setting the process in motion. 7 of us are doing something called a strategic sprint. We're getting some guidance from a group called Leadership and Design. They've worked with Synapse in the past. And what they're really doing is helping us grow in our team and to push each other professionally. But they also want us to respond intentionally through our values and through our mission to what's going on. So it's really 80% sprint, 20% strategic. And we're setting some norms. I think it's really interesting. You're probably curious about this kind of stuff. Some of the norms that we'll be working with as a tight-knit group on a really challenging puzzle is get over yourself. That's one of the first norms that we're working with. Be more curious than certain. Build to think is another norm, meaning we're going to be building things together to think about throughout this year, right? We're building it and then we're going to think about it. So this is going to take some task work and some maintenance work, meaning, how do we maintain that desire and that motivation to do this very difficult task? And so that started today with a small group of leadership, and you'll be hearing more about that. And then I reported out to the task force our findings. I'll be sharing these as we go. So next week we will share with you the August start date. First was today, and then we go to the staff, and then I will share out that date next week. And then we'll set in motion a whole plan. So again, I want to say thank you for a wonderful school year. It doesn't feel like it's wrapping up here at school, but I hope there is some culmination and some closure to a year that will go down in memory in numerous ways. We were very emotional last week. The teachers, the kids, the parents. It was a time of deep reflection and deep gratitude and deep emotion, and I think I speak for almost all of us when I say that. So I'm going to leave you with a poem. I like to do that. This is from Nikki Giovanni. If you don't know her, she's an African-American poet, born in 1943, and this poem is about summer, because here we are going in the summer. It's called Knoxville, Tennessee. I always like summer best. You can eat fresh corn from Daddy's garden, and okra, and greens, and cabbage, and lots of barbecue, and buttermilk, and homemade ice cream at the church picnic, and listen to gospel music outside at the church, homecoming, and go to the mountains with your grandmother, and go barefooted and be warm all the time, not only when you go to bed and sleep. Okay, thanks everybody. I'll be in touch shortly. Have a great weekend and enjoy the start to your summer. See you again.